Hey guys, my name is Leon, and this is just a quick intro to ReactJS. So, ReactJS is just a JavaScript library for making user interfaces. It works on like a component-based system, much like HTML is made up of elements, React is made up of components. So maybe you would have a component for a header and a navigation inside that header, and then links inside that, and those all would be components that are composed to make it your full application. So if you wanted to make multiple of something, like maybe you wanted to have 8 timers on a screen for some reason, then you would just go ahead and use one component for each timer and use the markup or that component 8 different times for all those timers. So now, so I'm a firm believer that the only way to understand a new library or a new language is to jump on in. So a few things you're going to need before you start is, of course, Node.js. And if you have that installed on your computer, you're going to go ahead and run create React app. You're going to install this globally on your computer. So you're just going to type in this in your terminal, just like that, npm install -g create React app. And then in your favorite terminal, in your favorite directory, you're going to go ahead and create your first React app. So we're going to say create React app, and we're going to call this one first one. And this is going to install all the things you need so you don't have to worry about configuring a Webpack or anything like that. You can just go ahead and jump into the development of your React app. Okay, so once that's done, we're going to go ahead and cd into that directory. So cd first one, and then we're going to type npm start. And when we do that, it should go ahead and start a server on your computer at localhost 3000 and open a browser for you and show you your first React app. And there we are, our first React app. So this is just a nice one component application. It says welcome to React. To get started, go to your source app.js folder and then save to reload, which means the server that they have started up right here is just going to keep reloading and hot reloading for us. So now let's go ahead to that directory, first one, and we'll see a few things in here. Inside our source folder, we have our app.js, and we also have an index.js. So let's start with the index.js, and so we can understand what's going on and what it's doing actually. It's importing React, so we know that we're working with React in this fold in this file, and then it has React DOM imported as well, which is what we use to render the application on an HTML page. So if we go to public right here, we go to index.html, you'll see all this stuff, and then you'll see div.id of root, and that's what this is doing right down here in index.js. It's saying document.getElement by ID root, and it gets that root element and renders our application or app component right inside that index.html root right there. So this is where React is going to be doing all of its magic. So now, if we go to our app.js, this is our app component, and every React component must have a render function. And what that means is that it must have something that it, renders to the element on the page. So our app right here has a class name of a div with a class name of app, and then inside that it has other things. And you can see right here that we have some JavaScript mixed in there because that's actually a JavaScript variable right there for our logo. And that's what the beauty of what React is that now we don't have to worry about, typing out const, I want a div and say document dot create element and then say div, and now I have a div. We don't have to do all that. We can just say, div and then class name and all those other things. So uh, the other thing about this is not really HTML or JavaScript. It's called JSX, and what JSX is just a way to work with HTML elements and JavaScript at the same time. So now I can go up here inside my render function, make a variable called me equals Mike, and then right down here I can say welcome to React, and then put right after it that variable inside these curly braces, which means anything inside the curly braces is going to be interpreted as JavaScript, and it's just going to print out me right here. So if I save that and then go back to the application, you'll see that it says welcome to React Mike. And then you don't also, it can be variables, but it also can be things like um, expressions like 3 plus 4. If I go back, You say, welcome to React Mic 7, right? And then we can also do things like functions inside here if we wanted to. So maybe I want a function that returns 3 plus 4, right? And I call that function right there. And then boom, we go back to the application and 3 plus 4 is 7. Again, this is just a quick introduction to React, but again, there's going to be a whole lot more going on with this. There's composing of components, there's state, there's props, and I can't wait to tell you guys all about it. So again, in the next video, until the next line of code, Leon's out. See ya.